everyone, it's Chelsea from Painted Layers, PDF sewing patterns and tutorials. In this video, we're going to take two things that we found at the thrift store. We're going to put them together and we're going to make some faux leg warmer type of leggings. I was going to wait until next winter to make this pattern, but here in Denver, we're still getting a ton of snow, so I thought, why not? Let's make these wintry leggings now. We have some stretchy gray sweatpants from the thrift store, and then we have this type of spandexy, it's almost like a shrug. So this is going to be the top of the legging, and this is going to be the bottom of the legging. So let's go over to Pinterest and look at the inspiration board for this project. For this project, I'm looking at a lot of snowy yoga type of pictures, and I found these leggings that have kind of a faux leg warmer look, and I think they're really pretty. Looks like they're kind of an expensive legging, so this would be really great to make yourself and save some money. I actually like to draft my patterns on a yoga mat because that little wheel kind of rolls better on the mat and allows me to make my marks. So take your pattern. You can get this pattern on my Etsy shop or my website, paintedlayerstudio.com. Go ahead and use your rotary cutter to cut out your pieces. And then we're going to take the upper leg pieces and we're going to pin them together along the outside edge and along the inside edge. And then we're going to take it to our serger and serge along those edges. Now make sure you use a colored thread that matches the outside of your leggings. I kind of found that with this active wear, the thread will show on the outside, so you want to make sure that it matches. Mine doesn't match, but it's kind of a cool contrasting color as well. Okay, so your pieces should look like this. And now we're turning one leg inside out, and then we're taking the leg that's right side out and we're sticking that inside the other leg. And then there's a curve there that we're going to try to line up. So clip or pin along this inseam and then pin all the way around that curve. Now take it to your serger and just serge along that curve. Some people call this the rainbow. Your stitches should look like this. Now turn your work right side out and you have what looks like kind of a low cut type of short. Now we're going to take our leg pieces and we're going to put them right sides together. And we're going to use some 1/4 inch elastic. We're going to cut those to about 25 inches each. And I'm going to clip along the edges of the leg piece. Then clip along the other side. So we're going to take this elastic and we're going to stretch it along while we are sewing with the serger, and that's going to give us that ruching effect. So you want to put it under your machine like this, and then as you serge, you're pulling along the elastic, and that's going to give us that really cool ruffle look. And we're going to do this to both sides. So your leg pieces should look like this, and you just want to trim off that excess elastic at the bottom. Go ahead and turn your legs right side out. Now we're going to turn our upper piece inside out, and we're going to keep the legs right side out. We're going to stick them through the leg holes. And then we're going to clip or pin them around to attach the leg warmer to the shorts. And here you want to make sure that you line up the seams along the sides so that those match. Then take your serger and position it this way and just serge all the way around. Now the legs should look like this, and you can turn it right side out. Next, we're going to cut our waistband. So I just measure the top of the pants and then use that as the width for the band, and I add a 1/4 inch to both sides. And for the height, I made this about 6 inches. Then I use my ruler and rotary cutter to cut that rectangle piece. Then I'm going to fold the pieces in half, and I'm going to cut the band at an angle so that it fits better around the waist. So I'm doing that about 1 inch at the top and then aligned with the band measurement at the bottom. And then you should have 2 trapezoid type pieces like this. And then we're just going to serge along both edges here. Now with the shorter part facing down, I'm going to put the band around the leggings and I'm going to clip along the top edges. Now we're going to be using a stretch twin needle. So you want to pick one of these up. It's just called a stretch twin needle. And when I work with a twin needle, I like to use woolly nylon in the bobbin thread. And that just makes it perform a little better and not make as many waves in the fabric. So your machine should come with a extra spool pin, and I'm going to take this and put it on my machine. I'm going to thread my regular spool of thread as I would normally, and then thread that into the left needle. And then I'm going to take the second thread spool and I'm going to thread that as normal as well, and I'm going to go into the right needle. I'm not going to put this in the little thread guide above the needle. And because this is activewear, I want to reinforce my stitches. So as you see in pink here, I'm going over with my twin needle and I'm just stitching over all of those stitches to really reinforce it. Now to finish the waistband, I'm going to use my seam gauge. I'm going to fold this over 3/4 of an inch and pin it into place. And then I'm going to use my twin needle and I'm going to sew along the top of the band with about a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm going to leave a little gap so that I can put some elastic. We're using a 1/4 elastic here. And I'm using a safety pin. You can also use a bodkin if you have it, and through the top of the waistband. When you get to the other end, I tried on the leggings and I marked where I wanted this elastic to be so that it fit me snugly. Then go ahead and use a zigzag stitch to stitch the elastic together where you put your mark. And then I'm just taking my twin needle and going over that gap to finish it. And that is how you make the leg warmer legging. I'm calling this the Snoga legging. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more sewing videos, please subscribe to my channel. And if you want to see patterns and other projects, head over to paintedlayersstudio.com. I also have a free sewing pattern there for you to check out. Thanks for watching and happy sewing.